Hi everybody, it's morning here and I'm going to make breakfast. So I'm not really a breakfast person. I mean, I eat breakfast, but it's not my favorite meal by far, and I'm not really a fan of breakfast foods. I'd actually prefer to have dinner for breakfast. Pasta for breakfast, pizza, whatever, chicken. Um, but I have some ricotta cheese that I need to use up. So I decided today I'm going to make some ricotta pancakes. So for this, I just, a while ago, just Googled a recipe and got an idea, and I just kind of improvise. Like most things that I cook, I don't really follow a recipe. So I'm just going to eyeball it. And just see how it comes out. So let's see what happens. I'll take you to the counter and show you my ingredients. And then let's get cooking for some delicious, they're really delicious, beautiful, fluffy ricotta pancakes. Okay, this is what we are working with today. So I have a 15-ounce container of ricotta cheese. I was going to make gnocchi with this, but I just got lazy and it's not going to happen. So I'm going to use this up. It expires this month. Yeah, so it's time to use that. So ricotta cheese, 1 egg. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar, like maybe a tablespoon, probably about a teaspoon of baking powder, and vanilla and lemon extract. I have a pat of butter here that I'm going to melt. And then I'm going to add flour just until it comes together. So I'm going to start with it like a half cup of flour. I prefer these to have as little flour as possible. So really just using the flour to kind of bind it together. And then I have some berries that I got at the farmer's market that I'm going to eat them with. Maybe some lemon curd, also some butter for frying. All right, so let's get started. All right, so first I'm going to beat the egg. And then add my ricotta cheese. I have baking soda in with the flour already because I wanted to measure it before I wet my teaspoon. So I'm going to put a teaspoon, well, that's a half teaspoon. I only put a half teaspoon of baking soda. Wait a minute. A teaspoon looks like it might be a lot, so that's okay. So half teaspoon of lemon. I'm going to make it a full teaspoon. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Yeah, I'm gonna make this a full teaspoon of baking soda. All right. Okay, and then I have my butter I melted. Be careful when you're melting butter in the microwave. I did it in 15-second increments. Just keeping an eye on it because it will explode and then you're going to have a big mess in your microwave. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And then mix this in and then see if I need more flour. So I'm not going to beat it. I'm going to fold it in. Just try to incorporate the flour. Oops, I forgot to put sugar. Well, I think it's probably too late now, so I'm not going to add the sugar. Don't really need it. What is that? All right, there we have it. So let's see how this works. Okay, I have some butter in a nonstick pan here. So I'm just gonna plop a little bit of this batter in here. Make a few pancakes. So they don't have a lot of flour in them. It's mostly cheese with a little bit of flour and some egg to bind them. This is my own spin on the recipes that I found. So I just didn't want a lot of flour. So that means that they might be a little bit wet, maybe almost like they're a little bit raw in the center, but they're great, trust me. So it's on kind of medium-high heat. I see some bubbling going on, so that tells me my temperature is good. And I'm just gonna wait until they start to brown, and then I can flip them over without them falling apart. All right, I can see that the edges are starting to cook. So I'm gonna flip this one over and just see how we're doing here. All right, that's a little bit more brown than what I want, but it's mostly just the butter. Beautiful. So note to self, don't let them go this long. Okay, so the other side will not take that long to cook. And then I'm gonna just plate them. Put a little bit more butter and some maple syrup, and then time for breakfast. All right, here we are. Some beautiful ricotta pancakes with fresh berries. Light and fluffy. So you can see the inside is still a little bit uncooked, but that's just the ricotta. So good. And I forgot to add sugar to the batter. Don't need it. Delicious. I was going to put some lemon curd on them, but I forgot. Let's try this. The best. So this is a breakfast that I can get behind. It's light, it's healthy, it's flavorful. Delicious. All right, so give it a try. As always, I'm not giving you specific measurements, but you know what? I think however you make it, it'll turn out. You'll get something. I even, I went too long with the pancakes. They're darker than I really wanted them, but they're delicious. They're still fluffy, light, full of flavor. The best. Okay, enjoy. See you next time.